All right, factor trees or decision trees. Um, these are, not challenging, but they get to be a pain because they get big really fast. Um, and it's hard to keep them kind of organized and neat, especially when you have many branches. So these are going to be pretty simple. 70% of RHS students eat in the cafeteria. So that's 70% or 0.7. Of those, 80% get sick after lunch. While only 1%, now this is the tricky one, 1% is 0.01, not 0.1. That's where people make mistakes a lot. So we're going to make our first branch, and we say these are the ones who eat, and these are the ones who don't. Okay? And we know that 70% eat. Now you can put 7 here, 70 or 0.7, it doesn't matter. We're going to be multiplying, so I'm just going to do it like this. It's just so you can see, but you don't have to do it both ways. Now, if 70% are eating, that means 30% are not, 0.3. Okay? Now, it says, of those who eat in the cafeteria, so we're branching off here and here. You can see how it gets kind of squirrely. 80% get sick. 0.8. So we just say sick, and I'm just going to say not. They don't. They're not sick. So if 80% are sick, that means 20% are okay. Now, while only 1% who don't eat, so we're going to come down to this branch, 1% get sick, 0.01, and you can see it gets really messy here, and this is going to be our no. That means 99% or 0.99, okay, don't get sick. And again, that's 99% of the 30%, all right? So, what percent of the students at RHS are sick from eating in the cafeteria? So we follow this branch. We go eat, 70%. And who gets sick? 80%. And we multiply. Now, for this part, we do need to have them as decimals. So, think about that when you're making your tree. If you find it easier just to do this, that's fine. And that's going to equal 0.56. It does say what percent, so we just move the decimal 2 places to the right, 56%. Because remember, it's 80% of the 70. Okay? What percent of students at RHS are sick even though they did not eat in the cafeteria? So this time we're going to follow this branch. They don't eat, but they did get sick. So that's 0.01, 1% times the 30%, 0.3. And that ends up being 0.003, which is only 0.3%, less than 1%. Because remember, 1% got sick, but it's 1% of the 30%. So less than 1% of the entire student body got sick. What percent of students are sick after lunch? Well, then what we're going to do is we're going to add the 56% plus the 0.3% and get 56.3%. Obviously, disclaimer, this is not based on reality. What percent of students don't eat in the cafeteria and don't get sick? Okay. So don't eat in the cafeteria. .3, don't eat, times the 0.99 of those kids who don't get sick, and that equals 0.297 or 29.7%. In finite, and this also is not accurate, it's actually the opposite, so this is just for fun. In finite, 96% of the students don't do their homework. So that's a no. And that's 0.96. I'm just going to put the decimal because that's what we're going to use. And this is a yes, they do their homework. So that's going to be 0.04. Remember, be careful with that. Now, of those who don't do their homework, only 2%, 0.02, get an A, the easy A. That means 0.98 of those do not get the easy A. But of those who do their homework, the 4%, 80% get the A, which means 20% do not. Okay? What percent of students do their homework and end up with an A? So do their homework is down here, 0.04, and get the A, 0.8. So it's 0.8 times 0.04, which is 0.032, which is 3.2%. Now, what percent of students end up with an A? Well, I'm actually going to skip. It would be easier if we do these backwards, because this one says what percent of students don't do their homework, but still end up with an A somehow. So that's 0.96 times the 0.02. That ends up being 0.0192, which is 1.9%. Well, those are A's who do their homework. These are A's who don't do their homework. So if we just add 3.2 plus the 1.9, we end up with 5.1%. And that is it. And that is the end of the unit.